Hi and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Today, I want to talk about cardio because I am bombarded by questions about cardio every day as a fitness professional. Am I doing enough? What kind of cardio should I be doing? How do I do cardio and lose weight? These are the common questions I'm asked. A lot of people are cardioing all wrong and misunderstand cardio completely. So today, I'd like to break it all down. While a lot of people focus on the duration or frequency of their cardio workouts, varying the intensity is just as important for optimal health and fitness gains. Cardio is anything that involves an increase in heart rate and breathing, such as running, cycling or swimming, or even high-rep resistance training, stuff like ball slams or battle ropes. So to start with, you want to vary the intensity of cardio exercise to engage different energy systems, and we have three of them. Your creatine phosphagen system, the glycolytic system, and the oxidative system each produce energy for different types of exercise. First up, the creatine phosphagen system, or the PCR system. We've got to think power and high intensity here. The PCR system provides energy for short bursts of high-intensity exercise, such as sprinting or weightlifting. This is because the chemical pathway to produce ATP, which is the energy currency of our cells, is shorter and fast, making it ideal for the energy demands of exercise that needs immediate energy, like going for 10 to 15 seconds at a time. Short bursts, right? So, you can engage this system by doing HIIT training. HIIT stands for High Intensity Interval Training, one of my absolute faves. It's a form of cardiovascular exercise that alternates between short periods of intense, all-out effort and brief recovery periods or lower intensity activity or flat-out rest. The main idea behind HIIT is to push your body to work at maximum effort during the high-intensity intervals, followed by periods of active recovery or rest to allow your heart rate to come down a bit before the next intense interval. Now, I love HIIT training. I went through a real fun HIIT stage with my kids. I'm always short on time, needing great bang for my buck when I move, so I would do bike or treadmill sprints before the kids would get up for school, 15 to 20 minutes, and I was dunskies. So there's no better feeling than starting the day with those endorphins and some exercise satisfaction. The second energy system you need to know about is your glycolytic system. You'd know it better as anaerobic training. The glycolytic system is used for longer periods of moderate to high intensity exercise, such as running up a steep hill, engaging in long duration set of strength training, or sparring in martial arts. This system is primarily anaerobic, relying on stored energy, glucose, in your muscles, opposed to aerobic exercise, which involves continuous movement fueled by oxygen from the air you breathe. And the third and final energy system I want to tell you about is the oxidative system, aerobic training. Finally, the oxidative system is used for lower intensity, longer duration exercise, such as jogging or swimming laps. This system is aerobic, meaning it relies on oxygen to produce energy, and it is the most abundantly used energy system because of how much energy it can produce. This is what your body uses for energy on a regular basis, even when not exercising. A great way to train this system is Zone 2 training. Exercise is often broken up into 5 approximate zones of intensity marked by a percentage range of maximum heart rate. While trainers often have their own systems, Zone 5 is typically 90 to 100% of your max heart rate, achieved with intense exercise like all-out sprinting, while Zone 1 is 50 to 60% of your max, a brisk walk. Zone 2 is just a bit harder than that, an easy jog or relaxed bike ride, though it varies person to person, athlete to athlete. In the context of Zone 2 training, it usually corresponds to a moderate intensity level where you're working at a sustainable pace and your heart rate is around 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. This level of intensity is often referred to as the aerobic zone. Training in Zone 2 can be the best way to stimulate mitochondrial function and cultivate a cardio base. It is generally safer and more sustainable than high-intensity interval training. The best exercise is the type of exercise you can keep on doing, right? I do a lot of Zone 2 training for work. My primary job is to film exercise videos for the TXO app. I film up to 40 workouts a day, so I need to train to be able to train you and to be able to film these videos. Zone 2 training is perfect because I don't get injured, but can build up my aerobic base, so I can talk whilst I'm exercising and coach you through all those workouts. And it is not easy to talk whilst you're doing star jumps, trust me. For those interested in Zone 2 endurance work, it requires a relatively high volume, 1 hour of exercise, 3 to 4 times a week, over a 12-week period, the length of time it takes to change exercise behaviour. It also takes patience. Many people find low-intensity work boring, but it can really pay off. Training in Zone 2 can be beneficial for several reasons. You've got your aerobic development. Zone 2 training helps your body adapt and become more efficient at using oxygen, which is essential for endurance activities. You've got fat loss. Exercise in this zone encourages your body to use fat as a primary fuel source, which is beneficial for endurance athletes who need to sustain energy over long periods. Reduce risk of injury, that's great. Like training at a moderate intensity can be less taxing on your body compared to high intensity training, potentially reducing the risk of overuse injuries. We love that. Recovery, Zone 2 workouts can be used as an active recovery session between more intense training days, aiding in recovery without adding excessive stress. And you've got long duration training. Zone 2 training is often employed for long duration workouts, helping you build mental and physical stamina for prolonged efforts. It's really great stuff. Keep in mind that the exact heart rate range for Zone 2 can vary based on individual factors such as age, fitness level, and maximum heart rate. It's recommended to work with a fitness professional or use tools like heart rate monitors to accurately determine your specific heart rate zones. I also love doing LISS, low intensity steady state cardio. It's a great way to pare back even further and go even slower. So, low intensity steady state cardio training is a type of cardiovascular exercise that involves performing aerobic activities at a very low intensity and maintaining a consistent, steady pace for an extended period of time. LISS exercise are usually performed for about 30 minutes to an hour or even longer depending on how you're going and your fitness level and goals. This level of intensity allows you to sustain the activity for a longer duration without experiencing excessive fatigue. This is a goodie for a Saturday morning, the sun is shining and you're in pursuit of that perfect cup of coffee. You might be listening to your favourite podcasts, bounce forward, of course, and you're off for a 30-minute walk. This is a perfect example of LISS. But other examples include cycling, swimming, the elliptical trainer, rowing, or hiking. LISS training is often used for active recovery. It can aid in recovery from more intense workouts by promoting blood flow, circulation, and reducing muscle soreness. As training methodologies continue to evolve, it's important to consider your overall training plan, goals, and individual needs when incorporating Zone 2 training or any other training approach into your routine. So, there you have it, the 3 different types of energy systems and ways to move to optimize them. By varying the intensity of cardio exercise, you can engage each of these energy systems and level up your overall fitness level. Neglecting 1 or 2 of these energy systems can have negative consequences on your fitness and health. For example, neglecting the oxidative system by only performing high-intensity exercise can lead to a decrease in cardiovascular fitness and an increased risk of injury. But neglecting the phosphagen system by only performing low-intensity exercise can lead to a decrease in power and explosiveness. In addition to engaging different energy systems, varying the intensity of cardio exercise can also prevent boredom and burnout. Doing the same type of exercise at the same intensity every single day can lead to a plateau in progress and make it harder to stick to a fitness routine and to stay motivated. I really don't believe in motivation. Motivation is myth. Momentum and habits is what keeps us going. So we need to keep varying our routine to keep us engaged and having a little bit of fun. And also so we can keep hitting goals, because how motivated are you going to be if you're not getting results? Cardio can be grueling. Slogging it out on a treadmill. Oh my goodness, 1 minute on the treadmill has never felt so long. Am I right? So it's great to understand that in mixing up the type of cardio you do and targeting different energy systems, you'll make sure you're maxing out your fitness, leveling up as you get closer to your goals, challenging yourself and having so much more fun than just grinding it out. Targeted cardio can be really exhilarating and satisfying. Give some of these a go, and I bet you'd say, yeah, Tiff, sure. Cardio can be fun, but I'm telling you, cardio can be fun. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_xo and let me know what topics you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.